So, hey everyone, my name is Dr. Colin Zhu. I'm host of Thrive Bites podcast as well as the Chef Doc YouTube channel. We are here at Vegan Women's Summit in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn is in the house, and I am joined by Chef Sonia Steele, right?
Yes.
All right. Can you share with the audience, who or what you represent and the whole why?
Okay. Well, again, my name is Chef Sonia Steele, and I represent Koncious Kuisine. That is my company. We are a full-service private chef. We do private chef. We do small catering company, and I'm so excited to be here at the Vegan Women's Summit. I am 15 years this year lung cancer survivor. Yeah, non-smoker.
Okay.
Non-smoker, lung cancer survivor, and that's what actually got me into veganism. Back in 2008, I had my lower left lung removed due to cancer, and that's really what researching about what can cause cancers and things like that, and everything came back to processing meats and things, how it, carcinogens and things like that, and I went cold turkey, pun intended, the week of Thanksgiving 2008, and have not looked back.
That's awesome. And for those that, don't know about non-smoker, lung cancer, what were you going through, if I may ask?
Absolutely. This is the crazy part. I had no symptoms. I actually suffer from vertigo, and I had an attack going to work one day, and went to the emergency room just give me my pink pill so I can go home and just sleep it off. And the next day, my primary physician called and told me that there was a mass found on my lung. And I went through tests, and everything came back inconclusive until they actually went in and did a biopsy. 45 to an hour procedure turned out to be 4.5 hours because they had to remove my lower left lung. And after that, I didn't have to have chemo or anything because they took the lung, but I had to really learn how to, breathe over again, doing things like that. And
A lot of rehab, a lot of pulmonary rehab.
yeah, a lot of pulmonary rehab that I still do to this day because I still have trouble, especially like winter times, because I'm from Cleveland. Winter times, it affects my lung, like the weather changing and things like that. So I still have some of the what is it called? Just the symptoms of what happened, but I still do my exercises, breathing exercises and everything.
That's awesome. And in terms of Koncious Kuisine, tell me the origin story of this and what do you hope to achieve with it?
Okay. Well, with Koncious Kuisine came about, in about 2015, because 2008 and 2009, up to that time, veganism was not as popular. And there was maybe about one or two products out. And there was really nothing out there that really satisfied, the Southern girl in me. My parents are from the South, so I grew up on soul food and things like that. So there was nothing out there, especially in Cleveland. So there was nothing there, and I just really started cooking for myself and just taking what I learned from my mom and my grandmother. And because my mom actually grew up on a farm, so my grandparents had a farm, so we had smokehouses, everything. So that's what we grew up on. But I started to incorporate that cooking into my vegan cooking. I had a lot of, I like to call them garbage can creations when I first started because I didn't know how to cook with tofu and things like that. But just doing that, I started to share with my friends and they started liking it, the food I did. And I was like, man, maybe it's something to this, so I just started cooking and sharing and started doing that. And then I really started establishing vegan soul food in Cleveland. So I did a veg fest there, and then I had started doing meal preps for people, and then got started my business. And I actually my first name was Urban Sweetness, was the name of my company, because I thought it was really cute to make little small vegan treats. But then more people wanted savory food. So I started doing savory food, and what I would like to accomplish with Koncious Kuisine is just continue to help people be more aware and more conscious of their food choices, and be, and really get an understanding of that, you don't have to eat meat to survive. You can do it's about plants. It's about, the ethical standpoint of it. So, and then eventually get a food truck and just become global.
Because there's a lot of misconceptions, right? People probably hear vegan soul food. What is that? Maybe have like a raised eyebrow and
Absolutely.
what kind of feedback and comments do people come up to you with before trying your food, and how do they respond afterwards?
Oh, this is crazy because when I first started, there was nobody that looked like me that made vegan soul food.
And that's important, right?
Absolutely. It's very important. So I would go places and I would literally, you're having an event. Can I come? Can I bring my food? Can I do this? I would insert myself into people's events. Okay. They know who they are. No.
They're like, before they open their mouth, they're like, I'll be there. You're like, okay.
I'm like, well, I got my stuff in the car.
I'm ready to go.
Good?
I stay ready.
Good?
I stay ready.
You got a table? I got a table in the car. You don't need a table. I got my table. So I would be at events and literally, people would walk past me. They wouldn't. Oh, and then if people would come and grab something, I would literally watch people not even eat it and like throw it away. So I would literally see people throw it away, and you know who you are. But now you want my food. Okay? But I'm just saying. But I would see people would literally throw my food away. And, it would hurt. I'm like, just try it.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Oh, because they would just look at it, smell it, and not even like.
They wouldn't even smell it. They just grab it. Like, I think it was like a sympathy thing. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you. And then like literally like toss it because they didn't even want to try, what vegan soul food. And, and I get I've never had anything vegan. And I'm like, you didn't eat broccoli. You've never had broccoli or apple or things like that. But now I am, people are like, are you doing another pop-up? Are you going to be here? And, and also being the first vegan in Cleveland to have food at a major sports arena. So I have food at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland. And, it's almost like being the pioneer of trying to get that out, in Cleveland. Because, sometimes we can be a little slow getting things, there. But it's really a blessing that, for so long, I've, wanted people to try things. And now, more people are starting businesses because they say, you inspired me to start a business. You did this. So it's been rewarding. It's been tough, but rewarding.
That's awesome. And what are the next steps do you hope to see, down the road? 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? Do you want to see more vegan soul food pop up in, major cities, like different, especially
Absolutely.
different kinds of socioeconomic, access and levels? How important is that to be able to bridge that gap?
It's so important because I think in a lot of the food deserts, we're digging our graves with a fork, and to let people know that, you can survive without going to get, the Popeyes 5-piece. You can survive without, meat. You can, there are alternatives. There are things there. And being able to, just educate people to let them know that, plant-based food is not only good for you, but, it's helping the environment, is, saving the animals, but it's also saving your life. That's the biggest thing that I think I would love to see further on down the line, just having it more accessible to people in food deserts, being able to go and get the alternatives, being able to go and get fresh fruits and vegetables and, and grains and things like that. So that's where I would love to see it go. And I think it's slowly but surely, but we're getting there. I think we're getting there slowly but surely.
And one takeaway for our audience, if you had to make like one fix in your kitchen, in your lifestyle, what would you tell them?
For me or for people in general?
For people that are listening.
For people that are listening, the one thing that, try it. Just try it. That's my biggest thing. If people have if they're like, I don't want to try things. A lot of people don't try because they don't know. Educate yourself. Just educate yourself. Follow amazing people like Chef Doc. And just really, educate yourself and just try it. It's very rewarding. That would be my advice, to just continue to educate yourself, because new products, new research and new things are coming out every day. So just be sure to educate, become knowledgeable, and just go plant-based, vegan.
And you're here not just attending, you're also competing, right? Can we get a little something on like what you're preparing just on the down low?
Well, I had to stay true to what I know. So I'm doing an upscale soul food plate. So we have barbecue ribs, we have a sweet potato puree, and sauteed kale.
Why are we still talking?
What? Listen, come get a plate. Come get.
You better save me a plate. You better save you.
I'm gonna save you a rib.
Chef Sonia, thank you so much. I wish you massive success and continue being a role model and an inspiration for others. So really appreciate it.